Meeting for standard PD to order for October 22nd, 2024. Join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Commissioner Miller is excused this evening. At this time, I would look for a motion to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 6. Any motion second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Consent agenda is adopted. This time we would open it up to audience comments. If you're in the audience this evening looking to offer comment, please step to the podium and state your name and city of residence. And if you are on Zoom this evening, use the raise your hand function. All right, seeing nobody there either, we will move on to general manager's reports.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, commissioners. Good afternoon, everyone. I will update you on a lot of managers missing today, so I'll update you on some of the things that they're working on as well. I'm going to be scheduling a meeting with Jenna Freeble and the irrigation districts probably in the next couple of weeks, just as a debrief on how the transfer went this year, and then start discussing possible transfers for next year. So Mark and Bill and I are having a meeting tomorrow about some of the details with just how it worked for us this year. So once we kind of flesh that out, then we'll go together. I'll update the board after that meeting also. Talk about the building. So the new admin building is nearing completion, but there's a few things left to be completed. One of the big things is, assume it's a code requirement for the first responders to have communication signal within the building itself. So they need to be able to communicate when they respond with their radios at all corners of our building. And so wasn't really made clear during the permitting process or the design process. So we have to figure that out now. And that's one of the things that we need to work on with the contractor and with the city. So everything else is just kind of painting and patching and doing other things. I think the AV is still getting finished up as well, but we've pushed back our move-in date. It was originally scheduled to be Monday, the 28th, and we've just pushed it back indefinitely, waiting for this issue, that one big issue to get resolved. And then we'll pick another date. We just don't want to keep changing this.
First, we have that same issue with the city.
You know of others? Yeah.
3 months for somebody to get occupancy.
What kind of building was that?
It would have been the YMCA.
That's what the issue was for them getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is that why Comer was here today? Was that one of the? It was a regular meeting. That was just a regular meeting? Okay. So we were made aware of it too from the school district. They also know about this issue. So it comes up, but nobody's prepared for it. It comes up at the end, apparently. So we are working on that now. Let's see what else. There's an article in the information section from Department of Health. We weren't really made aware of it, but I learned about it just looking at some other stuff. But we got yet another annual award for high performance at a water treatment plant, a top award. So we've received the top award for 23 consecutive years now, one of only 4 treatment plants in the state. So that's really good for our staff up at our treatment plant. Let's see other things in our department. So the service line inventory project. I don't know if that was updated at the last meeting or not, was it? Yeah. Okay.
It's just been completed.
It just completed, yeah. Okay. We found no active lead service lines, which is good. We currently have an advertisement out for 2 customer service reps. And so that's still active. It closes on Monday, the 28th, I believe. We've got a lot of applications submitted so far. I think Kathy said there was 170 as of yesterday. Yeah. So that's a lot. Ryan's going through them right now, starting, even though it hasn't closed yet. And then I wanted to just confirm the upcoming meeting schedule. So we have a work session next Tuesday, the 29th at 4:30. And then I added a work session for November 5th. And I think the invitation is at 4 o'clock for that one. Is there, I know Commissioner Miller's not here, but was there any conflicts for either of you on the
So 4:30 next week.
and 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
Yeah. You okay with that? Okay. And then we go back to the next regular meeting is November 12th. All right. And that's it for the manager's report, unless you have any questions.
Just question the other article, not Vernon School District article that was provided. Do you want to provide an update on that? Because it says sign an agreement in here in the article, so.
Yeah, it's just our agreement
Term
that
sheet, remember
the terms, yeah.
Oh, okay, I was like, I don't think we signed anything legally. It made it sound a little bit more,
Yeah. There's nothing binding that was signed.
okay.
Yeah. They brought it up. I think they had a presentation at one of their board meetings that talked about their existing building and the need for going somewhere else. And so, yeah, the choosing of the words is a little bit,
Misleading.
yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I was like.
We're in discussions with them. A couple of their staff came over last week to have a meeting. And then they came by the next day to look through our building some more. So we're still kind of fleshing out all the people. Anything else?
All right, so at this time, we are going to move on to Resolution 2308-24, canceling emergency resolution 2308-24, which declared an emergency related to the repeated pipe failures at East Blackburn Road in Mount Vernon.
Yeah, and I'll handle both of the items tonight. But yeah, for the emergency, that was originally declared on August 27th. The work has been completed and we're ready to cancel. So just to follow up, I think you've got updates on this, but there's a development project that's happening right adjacent to East Blackburn Road. So that developer was responsible for the cost of the installation of 340 feet of 8-inch pipe. So what we paid for was to mobilize them earlier than they had planned, and to upsize the 8-inch to 12-inch. And then we added about 120 feet. So the total footage is about 460. The total cost, Mike's still collecting all the details, Mike Demers, it's about $85,000. So the project won't come to the board for acceptance until they finish everything else that they're doing. So you won't see the developer part of the project formally in front of you until that happens. But as far as we're concerned, everything's done. And the homeowners that were impacted the most by this reached out to Jay and Mike Demers, I think, and thanked us for getting it done. So,
Was there any claims associated with their home?
just the regular claim that they have normally filed with Endurance every time a line would break. So yeah, there was
no like
It's a foundation.
foundation.
not that I know of.
Right?
They were going to get that investigated, and I never heard anything. So I'm assuming that there was nothing there. Yeah. So it's $1,000 deductible for us with Endurance to pay for whatever damages there were. Usually, from what I understand, they have basement flooding and they store stuff in their basement. So that's most of their
Well, I motion to cancel resolution or motion in favor of resolution 2308-24, canceling resolution 2306-24, which declared a state of emergency for the Blackburn infill.
All right, we have a motion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Moving on to resolution 2307-24. Providing for the recognition of experience in years of service by employees and updated AP&P 2020, the above and beyond awards program.
Kathy's absent this evening, so I'll take this one as well. So the PUD has a couple of ways of recognizing employees for performance and years of service. The first one for performance is the Above and Beyond Awards program. So that's a one-time award given to an employee to recognize performance. The amount of the awards depends on the specific action that they're being recognized for. So there's a form that's filled out with, okay, it was this event, this is what I want to recognize the person for. And then there's 3 different levels to that award. It hasn't increased, the amounts haven't increased, I think, since 2017. So the recommendation is just to bump that up a little bit, just to catch up with what things cost. The gifts are normally, or the awards are normally gift cards to local big box retailers or whoever else. So that's the AP&P is for the Above and Beyond Award program. That doesn't formally need the board approval, but it's there for your comments. The length of service awards, that's the resolution. So that's provided to staff at the end of the year, usually at our training day in recognition of number of service years. And so they're provided at 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 years. And if you're like Mike, we just keep going until, and then we make new levels for Mike. He's at 34 years now. They typically involve a jacket, sweater, or some other type of clothing. But again, those amounts haven't changed in 7 years as well. So the proposal is to increase those amounts as well. The net impact, Kathy estimated at about $750 in a given year, depending on who's retiring and what level the award is at. So we're recommending approval of the resolution for the service awards.
So I just have a quick question. In the resolution, their first part is non-discriminatory and shall not exceed 150 in cost for any individual employee. So is that the portion that we are voting on as a portion for the Above and Beyond? That's also within there? There's just that one little section that says 150.
That refers to the AP&P. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw 150 and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then what's the total budgeted amount for those?
In any given year?
Any given year, yeah.
I'd have to look that up. Give me a second. Probably. Unless Brian knows the number off the top of his head.
No, not that one. I can get it after the meeting and send it to you.
Yeah, I'm just curious if this is also going to increase, like how many awards are given out annually? So we have the Mayor's Award of Merit in the city of Anacortes. It's very similar to this, but I've never known if there's like a number up to so many are awarded per year or.
It depends on the given year for however many employees reach that year of service. I'm getting close to finding it. Okay.
Is there a threshold for not being considered a gifting of public funds with this? Or does it just have to not be a cash?
It's not cash. So the service awards are jackets, and then the Above and Beyond are gift cards, and those are considered de minimis according to the auditor. Is that correct, right?
Yeah, and as long as you have a policy. So the only time we would run afoul of gifting of public funds is if you don't have a policy and then you retroactively say, I want to give this for doing this. So as long as there's a clear policy and you adhere to the policy, it's okay to have small recognitions of
Got it. I just didn't know if there was a threshold associated.
It's not even a specific dollar amount in the budget. I think in Kathy's budget, there's a
She has there's a line item for employee awards, which includes retirement as well, which isn't a part of this, service awards and Above and Beyond. And this didn't change the budgeted request. It's at $4,200, which is the same as it was last year, same as it was before.
Got it.
The amount was changed. We usually stay underneath it, I guess is the point.
What's your pleasure on resolution 2307-24?
Motion to approve revised resolution 2307-24, providing for recognition of experience and service by employees. Dated 18/2020, but beyond.
All right, motion, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that one is adopted as well. Moving on, we'll have some informational items in there, the usual couple news articles, any commissioner comments this evening. I would just mention George and I did have a couple lunches last week with Keith Wagner and Sam Lowe, just to kind of give them an idea of what we're going to be asking for this year. And I thought they were pretty well received for the most part.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whichever direction you decide to go with those and see how things go. Nothing else from me, nothing from you, so we will adjourn at 4:46 p.m.